say, why are we still marching 5 years after we occupied Iraq? Well, we're still marching because they're still occupying. And as long as they occupy Iraq and Afghanistan, we will continue to demonstrate here. We have a number of things that we have to do, but perhaps the most important is that we have to bring the politicians who took us into this war to account. These people have lied, they've deceived us, they've not told us the truth about anything, they've been engaged in extraordinary rendition, they've been engaged in rewriting the dossier, they've been engaged in not telling us that Prince Harry was in Afghanistan, that every single media outlet in this country covered up the fact about one soldier. Well, I say if it's too dangerous for Prince Harry in Afghanistan, it's too dangerous for all the other troops, and they should all be brought home now. And they made up stories that our supporters were attacking soldiers and Air Force people in the streets of Peterborough. Most people in this country have got more sense than to attack individual soldiers, but they would like to attack the politicians who took us into this war. And Tony Blair, who is the Middle East envoy for peace, can you think of anybody less suited for that job except possibly George W. Bush? He has said nothing about the killing of the Palestinians, and now he wants to be the president of the European Union. Well, what do we think about him as the president of the European Union? A disaster for everybody in Europe. The only place he should be in Europe is in front of a war crimes tribunal, because that is what he deserves. But this isn't just about the past, it's about the future. The stain of this war is spreading. There is war in Somalia, which has the biggest refugee problem in the world. You don't hear about that on the television. There has been war in Lebanon. There is war in Afghanistan, and they are threatening to attack Iran. Only this week, one of George Bush's admirals resigned because the Americans are talking again about attacking Iran. We have to keep mobilized to make sure that that doesn't happen. But we also have to fight against all these imperial adventures. Why should we spend £3 billion a year this year on this war alone in Britain? Twice what it cost last year, when we don't have money for schools and hospitals here, and when we don't have money, and when we've done nothing to reconstruct the countries that we've bombed and attacked. So I would say it would be nice to hear an apology from Gordon Brown on the anniversary of this war, but I don't suppose we'll get one. What we want, though, is not just apologies. We want reparations, and we want all the troops home now. So keep fighting, keep campaigning. On the 20th, let's have a minute's silence in memory of all of the dead. Thank you all for coming, and let's make sure we keep marching until these governments and these ministers are brought to account.